My guest at this time is a WWE Hall of Famer. He's also the current general manager of SWE. It's Teddy Long. Teddy, thank you so much for taking some more time to chat with me here today.
Hey, thank you so much, Nick, for having me. And, I just want to say one thing. You've always been a great supporter of Teddy Long. You always looked out for me, got my back. And here we are again. You're taking care of me again. And I really thank you so much and appreciate all the support that you give me and SWE. Thank you, Nick. Thank you very much.
Hey, Teddy, the pleasure is all mine. I mean, you've given me so much. I mean, you've given us all so much, Teddy. You brought so much joy to so many people here. Now you're bringing joy to all these people down at SWE. Before we kind of get into some of the big news coming out of the show here this past Saturday, talk to me a little bit about the promotion. How did you initially even get involved with SWE?
Well, I was, man, I mean, this is the honest to God truth. I was just sitting around, roaming through my Facebook page one day, and I looked up and I saw him on Facebook, and I started looking at the graphics, and the advertisement was like unbelievable. It was just really good.
Yeah.
And so I kept looking at it, watching it. And so I looked up and I saw that they had Caz and Rodney Mack working for them. And these were two people that I had the opportunity to manage, and two people that I trust. So I said, well, if Caz and Rodney is with them, then these people got to be, good people, and they got to be fair. So I got in touch with Caz and Rodney and asked them about them, and they gave them a good reference. And so I gave them a call. They were surprised to hear from me. You know what I mean? They were looking to call me, not me calling them, but I just gave them a call, and I just told them, man, everything I see is great, and I think it could be better. And I just believe I can add something to you, and I can help you guys out. And, if you give me the opportunity and the chance. And they was just overwhelmed with that. And that's what they did. They gave me the opportunity and the chance, and I went in and not blowing my own horn, but, we turned things around. We're doing good for us attendance. We just did a show in Canton, Texas, and we had over 1,000 people. We ran out of chairs. We didn't even have enough chairs. And so it's been like that, since I've come in and changed things around. And also people that are helping me is legendary Kevin Sullivan. He's doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. And we just got Mark Henry, Hall of Famer and world's strongest man. He just came aboard. And so he's kind of like a consultant. And he's also working at the dojo camp at our school, helping out our students. And he's also like an agent. So he's helping the guys in the back with their matches and stuff. And we're just so proud to have Mark Henry.
That's awesome, Teddy, having that infrastructure there with you and Mark Henry, working with these talents. I mean, I've got to think that helps them a lot when it comes time to, move to TV for a WWE or an AEW or something like that.
Well, basically what I'm trying to do, for the young students there, if you're going to get this, I want you to get it right. You know what I mean? Not like a lot of schools, just have guys sign up, take their money and never offer them anything. They tell them a lot of stuff that maybe we're going to get you in the big time, or we can get you in WWE, or we can get you in AEW, but they're just blowing smoke up them. So my thing is this: I'm not going to lie to nobody. I don't want to take anybody's money or nothing like that. I just want to do right and be fair. So with having Mark Henry there, somebody that I know that they know and they can trust. And that's just a big, opportunity for me. And we're talking about, maybe bringing some more legends on board, people to come in and work with us. So I won't reveal them yet until actually they come. You know what I mean? Because guys will tell you a lot of things, but they don't keep their commitments. So once somebody, makes that commitment and they show up, then we'll start talking about it.
Okay, fair enough. Well, somebody we do know that you guys brought in here this past Saturday, or actually, it was a couple of weeks ago, actually, first made his debut. I believe it was Caz XL. Or no, this is it. This was his initial debut. Sorry about that. Yeah, he just made his debut here this past Saturday night. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, thank you, Nick. We're just so proud to have Big Caz XL, man. Everybody know him from Enzo and Caz. They from WWE. Great stars there. And we're just happy, now that Caz signed with us, and he wanted to be a part of us, and he thanked me and thanked the promotion, for giving him the opportunity. And brother, I don't think we could have did anything any better than bringing in Big Caz XL, man. That's a great thing, and he got a great reception when he came in. At first, we brought him in under the hood as a surprise, and then when we revealed him, man, the place went nuts. So, man, we're just happy to have him, and he'll also be with us next month in Irving, Texas at the Junction on March the 20th. Let's see, January, February, March, no, April 20th. We'll be there. So, man, I'm just so busy. I got to try to keep up with these months.
Sure, brother. And here's the thing. So like he's not alone here. Obviously, he's not flanked by Enzo. Now he's gonna be flanked by Melina. So what do you think of the pairing here of Caz XL with Melina?
Well, I thought it was real good. It was certainly, something brand new. And basically, that's what we want to do in SWE. We want to bring stuff that's brand new. I hate the word repackage, and trying to bring back something old that's really just been done with. You can't just keep rehashing stuff. So I thought that doing something new, something that the people haven't seen before, then I think that's, is best for us and best for the audience. So being with Melina, nobody would have never dreamed that, or nobody would have never thought Melina would be with this guy, Big Caz. And so, man, I think it's all brand new, and I think it's going to work real good. And, Melina, she's still doing that slide under the bottom rope. You know what I mean? So, everybody remembers that. And so she had a chance to do that, man. And that's absolutely fantastic.
So wait, so with Caz and Melina here, so Caz is going to be, I would guess, a singles competitor here now, flanked by Melina as his valet or manager.
You're right.
Do you think that that's a better? I mean, everybody's known him as like a tag wrestler with Enzo for so many years now. Do you think it's better for him to try to break out right now as a singles wrestler as opposed to a tag player?
Well, I think it's better because, see, like I said, it's something brand new. That's what everybody is expecting him to be, maybe with Enzo, and to be part of that tag. Well, he's not. He's by himself now. And, Caz, with his ability, you know what I mean? He's certainly able to carry it by himself. Nothing against Enzo. I wish we could put them both together. I'd love to have that, but you know what I mean? I don't control that part of it, but, Big Caz is happy as being a single. Me and him had a great talk about it. He's happy that Melina is with him, because it's the first time ever for him, having a woman with him. Sure. So, the whole idea, we talked about it before it even happened. And so he was happy with it. And if he's happy, then SWE's happy.
Well, there was a lot of concern for Caz before he walked away here for about a year or so, seemingly to clear his head. What's it been like for you? You say you talked to him, like, is he clear-headed? How does he feel right now at the moment, Teddy?
Well, I did have a long talk with him, and and believe me, he is clear-headed. And what makes me understand Caz very well is because, I've been there. We all been there. A lot of guys won't admit it and say it, but we all been there. We all had problems back in the day and in our day. But some of us was able to rehabilitate ourselves and to come out of that and to start all over again. You know what I mean? Yeah. A lot of people don't have a chance to do that. A lot of people don't make it. Some people, they just go all the way out to the end and they just destroy themselves. But I'm just happy that Caz was able to catch it. He was able to come back, make a name for himself on his comeback. And that's what we're going to start doing for him, is helping him make that name and be exactly what he's supposed to be. And with me being there, done that and been, part of his struggle, what he's been through, then I can understand. I can sympathize with him. So why not give him an opportunity? Why not give him another chance? I was given an opportunity. I was given another chance. So I just enjoy being able to help, guys like that have fallen along the way. They pick themselves up. Now they need another chance. And if I'm the guy to help them get that other chance, then that's going to be what I'm going to do.
One of the things I think is so different about this generation of wrestlers is kind of that attitude towards rehabilitation and kind of just mental wellness. Do you think that do you see that change right now in the business where these kinds of things are being treated differently than maybe they were, 10, 20 years ago, something like that?
Well, I think 10, 20 years ago, a lot of people didn't know, what guys knew they had a problem, but the promotion and a lot of the upper, office people didn't know what the problem was. So they didn't know what to do about it. But now, with all this technology and this modern day stuff, then if you got a problem, you can get help. You know what I mean? And back then you couldn't get help, but right now there are places to go. And I have to, say WWE is still offering that. If you work for them, or even if you haven't worked for them, if you got a problem, you can call them up and they'll help you. You know what I mean? They'll put you in rehab and take care of you and try to help you with that problem before you destroy yourself. So, I'm just happy that Caz was able to get a hold of himself, man, and to want to come back and for me talking to him, he understands very well what he done. You know what I mean? And that's what you have to do. You have to stop being in denial. You have to get in reality and say, hey, I messed up, so let me clean up. So it's just that simple. And I tell people all the time, guys say, well, I can't stop. Oh, yes, you can. Because if there's a pile of drugs sitting on the table, if you never pick them up and put them in your hand and put them in your mouth, then they never get there. It's just that simple. And so, believe me, I know, because I was one of those guys.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you giving back and helping people out with that, Teddy. I mean, it's so hard for sometimes just people to find anybody to talk to. So it's great to hear you have had these chats with him, and Caz is coming out better on the other side of this thing. We all are hoping for that. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, like I said, I don't believe he's going to let us down. I think he's on the right track, and I'd put money on it, brother. I think he's ready to do the right thing.
All right, cool. Let's switch gears here a little bit away from Caz. There was other big news here. Selena De La Renta, De La Renta. She had a big moment this past Saturday when her Blood Hunter captured the new Texas heavyweight title. Talk to me a little bit about Blood Hunter and what has it been like for you to work with Selena?
Well, working with Selena has been absolutely great. She's a great talker. When she gets ready to do her promos and stuff, before she goes out, she always bring that to me, so I can make sure we're saying the right thing and and putting out the right words on TV, because you can say something on TV now and you may not think it'll get you in trouble, but the next thing you're in a whole lot of trouble. Sure. So you have to be careful now, because there's always somebody out there trolling, waiting to find something to act a fool with. I mean, it's sad, but it's true, man.
It is. No,
yeah. So with Selena, yes. And with Selena, she is great, man. I'm so happy to have her. And the Blood Hunter, he's kind of a newcomer on the scene, but this guy is really tough. He's a tough competitor, and we found that out with the match he had between him and Gangrel. And we hadn't had a Texas champion, in a while. And SWE is Texas style wrestling. That's what we're going back to, the Texas style of wrestling.
Sure.
So we sit down and we talked about it, and we said, well, we got to crown a new Texas champion. And we thought the Blood Hunter would be the guy that, would be able to do that for us. And so he did prove himself by winning the match with Gangrel. And if you saw it, if you didn't, you can see it on YouTube, but you saw him take Selena, pick her up and slammed her through the table on top of Gangrel. And Selena volunteered for it. She said, no, let me be the one, So, that's a woman that's a trooper. And not only that, she understands that if whatever I can do to help SWE, then that's what I'm going to do. And so I appreciate everything she did, man. And she is absolutely great.
Wow, that's quite a compliment from you. And man, having her and Melina under the same umbrella, I mean, two women that are definitely willing to go out there and obviously go the extra length to put on a good show,
Right. And let me talk about, some more of our divas there. We've got Christy James. She's the SWE women's champion. We also have the daughter of the late, great Terry Gordy, Miranda Gordy.
We talked to her last week here on the show.
Yeah, well, she was our former champion. And now we're talking about crowning for the first time ever a women's TV champion. Nobody's never had that. Nobody's never done that. And I talked to Miranda and I said, well, hey, I think you might be good for that. I'd like to get you in the running for that. So we'll be doing that pretty soon. We're going to start talking about it next month in Irving, Texas at the Junction. So Miranda Gord is there. We got Rosemary. She comes in for us. Amber Nova. She's another great star that comes in. And Malera Saka. She's with us. And so we've got women that are calling us every day trying to get in SWE. So we got plenty of divas for you. We got a lot of beauty for you. You can watch a lot of beauty.
Well, and we got you there too, Teddy. You are, of course, the general manager for SWE. I wanted to ask you, what do you think is the secret to the art of a good authority figure? What do you think makes an authority figure pop in 2020?
Well, I think what makes an authority figure pop is that the authority figure gives the people what they want. My thing is this: if people came to that arena and spend their hard-earned money to see a good show, then I want them to be happy. I want them to go home happy, and I want them to be able to talk to their neighbors and everybody and say, hey, I went to see SWE last night, and brother, did I have a great time. Now, not only do I want to make the people happy, but sometimes, I have to make the wrestlers happy too, because sometimes they're in a situation that they can't get out of, but I can straighten it out for them. So I just want to make everybody happy and and have a great show. And when you leave there, I want you to be entertained, talking about it when you get home and letting everybody know, hey, when they come back, I'll be there. And why don't you come with me?
Yeah, absolutely. And I wanted to get your take. They're the latest authority figure in WWE, who's seemingly the authority figure on Raw and SmackDown, is Scrap Iron Adam Pearce. I didn't know if you had any thoughts on his role and how he's been doing as that authority figure right now on TV.
Well, I had a chance to meet Adam when I was there, I guess maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, for the Legends show. And God, Adam Pearce, great guy. I love him to death, man. And I think he's doing a great job. Like I said, I can see where they've had him backed up against the wall a couple of times. You know what I mean? So sometimes when they back you up against the wall, you got to know how to get out of it. And so Adam's doing a good job, man. And like I said, Adam Pearce is a great guy, and I think he's doing an outstanding job.
How was it for you getting to go back for Legends Night? What was your experience like being back under the WWE roof?
Well, anytime I'm able to go back and, see Vince and give him a shout, me and him always have a good conversation when I'm back there. I got to see a lot of the other guys, Bruce Pritchard, able to see him, Triple H, and, all the guys that were there when I was there, there are a lot of guys that are still there. So I just enjoy going back, seeing some of the old faces and, making sure and happy that everybody's still alive. I'm still alive and we're still doing our thing and having a good time.
You going to be going back and doing anything for WrestleMania weeks this year? You going to be making any appearances?
Well, I don't know. It's still early. I haven't got a call yet. And so, with the WWE and how this business rolls, they'll call you at night and want you to be somewhere the next day. Sure. So you never know. But if I don't get a call, I'm still, busy doing stuff with SWE. But if Vince calls, I've always been loyal to him. He's always took care of me. And if he needs me, I'll be there.
Well, there's another infamous general manager going into the Hall of Fame this year, and that's Eric Bischoff. How do you feel about Eric joining the Hall of Fame ranks?
Well, I can, I already texted him and I congratulated Eric Bischoff. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. I mean, I had a chance to work with Eric back way in the WCW days.
Oh, yeah.
And in fact, when Eric Bischoff first come in, and he'll tell you this, I was one of the guys that went with him and kind of helped train him a little bit because we were working for Bill Watts at the time, and Bill Watts, for some reason, didn't like Eric, and so he piled a whole bunch of work up on him. And Eric will tell you this story, and that's when we were doing the international TV markets over in Canada. And one night, Eric had so much stuff to do, man. It was just unreal, man. And I stayed there with him so I could, but they were messing with it. That's why they threw all that work on him, Yeah. And I said, come on, I'll stay. And I stayed till midnight one night, me and Eric doing infomercials all night because I wanted to help him, man, because he couldn't do all that stuff. And they knew it, but I stayed there with him. And so Eric will tell you that. So me and Eric have been friends a long time, and congratulations to him once again.
Have you checked out what fellow former general manager as well, Vicky Guerrero, has been doing over in AEW as a manager? Have you seen her?
Well, I saw her come out one time. I don't get a chance to watch much of AEW. They told me I got worried that I was too old to be over there. So, and if you took a look at that, I don't know how they can say that, but I'll just say what I'm saying. So that's what I was told. So I don't really watch it much. So, but I did have a chance to see her come out with a lady. She was managing yeah, I did see that one night. But other than that, I don't get a chance to watch it much because I basically try to devote all my time to SWE.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is the reason I ask about it is because you talk about your time in WCW. Obviously, you were a legendary manager too, as well as a general manager, right? You would,
sure.
Do you ever get the itch? I mean, as great as you are in that general manager role, do you ever think to yourself, man, it would be great for me to, shake off those skills and work with the talent on like a manager level?
Well, yeah, I got no problem doing, whatever I'm asked to do, I'll do it because I was lucky enough to wear a lot of hats. I was a referee. I was a color commentator. You know what I mean? I was a voiceover guy, GM manager and all that. So there's a lot of things that I can do. So if they really wanted me or somebody wanted me in a manager's role, that don't bother me. I'd do it in a heartbeat. But the people have, they want to see me be GM. That's my deal. And that's what people want to see. So I try to stay in that role and, give them what they want.
What do you think of the work that MVP has been doing, kind of transitioning to that manager role with the Hurt Business? What do you think of that act?
I think that's good because MVP is a great talker. He dresses up. He looks nice. That's what it all means too. If you can talk and you got that swag and you looking good, that has a lot to do with it. And let me, say congratulations to Bobby Lashley too. You know what I mean? Him being the WWE champion now, that's outstanding. And Shelton Benjamin, guy that I had the chance to work with and everything. So that Hurt Business, I like that. I really like it a lot. And no better guy could do that job at MVP. Like I said, he's got the swag, dresses nice, and you know what I mean? He's a great talker.
Would you like to see Lashley retain that WWE championship over McIntyre at WrestleMania? Or what do you think will play out there?
Well, yes, I would, because I think, with Lashley, what I mean, he's just got the title, so let's keep that on him, man. Let's give him a good little run a little bit and bring some people in, some tough guys for him to work with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And let's let Bobby run with that title for a while, you know what I mean? And let it, make it mean something.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are they want to see Lashley versus Brock Lesnar right now,
Well, you know what? If I would have done that long time ago, but it's not my call. When Lesnar was there and Bobby would come in, that would have been the first thing I would have did. I would have went straight with Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar, because now you got two MMA guys, two tough guys that people will want to see face each other. Why that didn't happen, I don't know, but I would have did that long time ago, because that to me, that would be the money.
Yeah, dude. I think a lot of people want to see that match,
Right.
I've had the privilege to stand next to Bobby a couple times. I'm 6 feet tall and I've never felt smaller in my entire life. I mean, he's a giant human being,
And you know what? That would be good. I think that's money. Brock Lesnar and Lashley for the WWE title. That's money right there. So, hopefully they'll move in that direction. But if it was me, I'd have that big MMA fight between them, you know what I mean? And see what happens there, and then move right on into the title.
Has Drew McIntyre clicked with you as a world champion in WWE?
Yes. Yeah, because I had a chance to work with Drew when I was in WWE. Great guy.
Yeah.
I mean, outstanding. I was really happy to see them put the title on it.
Yeah, and what are your thoughts on them mixing up the SmackDown title picture here? Maybe putting Daniel Bryan in with Roman Reigns and what looks to be like a heel Edge here going into.
Well, I like that, because that's something brand new. That's something people would never dream that they would do. And I think with Daniel Bryan being a tough competitor as he is, and everybody knows Roman Reigns' ability, you know what I mean? You're going to have one great match right there. And that's something I really like.
Yeah, absolutely. And the last one I want to ask you about here going into Mania was Sasha and Bianca Belair. I mean, this is a first time two black women are going to be battling in a main event spot here for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I mean, what's that mean to you? What do you think of that bout going down?
Well, that means a lot, because, just what you just said, the first time two black women, two Afro-American women are getting the opportunity to debut in WrestleMania, and at top of the card.
Yeah.
That is outstanding. And I tell you what, Nick, you can go back through the archives, I don't think that's ever happened.
I don't believe it has either, man. And that's been a really kind of pleasant, I don't want to say surprise, but pleasant advancement. A lot of people have noticed with WWE in the past few years is there does seem to be a lot more variety in the people that do get to have these top matches and, get these opportunities here. And really just the last 5 years, I think it's changed, pretty dramatically.
Right. And like I said, see, now going back to what I was saying in the beginning, all that's brand new. People never seen it before. That's what you got to do now. I get away from the rehash. Let's find a brand new idea. And people will want to see that, because that's never happened before. A lot of them are not really basically, wanting to see just a match, but they're looking at, hey, you got two black women competitors in there, man. Let's see what they got. So all that's fresh and brand new. And, thank you, WWE, for doing that, for giving the women the opportunity. Not only black women, they give everybody, all women, all races have worked in that company. And I think they gave everybody an opportunity. But to give these two black girls that title shot there, that's absolutely great.
Absolutely, man. All right. Well, Teddy, I always love getting to chat with you here for Wrestling Inc. We'd love to have you back more often, obviously, as you continue to grow with SWE. Are you anticipating? I mean, you said, first of all, you said you did like 1,000 people for the show on Saturday night. That's a really healthy number. From a pandemic standpoint, does it worry you at all getting that many people together, or no? I mean, just
yeah, it does worry me. But you know what my thing is now? I don't worry about as much as I used to, because with the vaccine now, it's finally got out. A lot of people are able to get the vaccine in them. You know what I mean? Thank God for that. But like I said, what we basically do, we're offer masks there. We got masks for everybody. Like I said, Texas is wide open, so we can't make you put the mask on. Right. But we do have masks for people if you don't have one. And if you want to wear one, we got them for you right there at the arena. We try and keep a little social distance, but it's hard to do that when you're in a state that says you can do anything you want. So the only thing you can do there is do what I do. I keep my mask on, wash my hands, and try to stay safe. And I've had my first COVID shot, so I'm just waiting to get my other one. So I feel pretty good.
Yeah, as a native Texan, I keep up. I'm aware of, what the culture of Texas is myself.
Right.
But are you anticipating, after the pandemic gets done? I mean, 1,000, in this environment, that's a lot of people. But I really think there's going to be a big thirst for live entertainment when this thing really is said and done. Are you anticipating another big boom for SWE and the independents here when the pandemic is, finally closed up here in a couple months, hopefully?
Well, what I said this, Nick, if we're doing 1,000 and more now, just think about it when everybody really starts to come out, when everybody starts feeling real safe. And I think that next month in Dallas, and we're flying at Irving, Texas, that's going to do better than what we just did in Canton, Texas. If we had 1,000 there, then I guarantee you in Irving, we'll have 3,000. So, man, and the thing with Texas, they love wrestling. We took them back to the old school, what brought us to the dance. See, that's what a lot of has happened to wrestling today. They forgot what brought them to the dance. And so that's why a lot of that stuff ain't working. So we're going back to what brought us to the dance, Texas style wrestling. And we found out that that's what the people want because they're showing up.
Yeah, absolutely. And where can people go to find you, follow you, support you and SDW? Where do you want to plug everything for that, Teddy?
Well, let's see. You always ask me that. And I have my... Let me find my website stuff, but my Twitter is @TeddyPlayerLong. Let me get that. SWEtheory.com would be where you can find SWE. And my Twitter is TeddyPlayerLong, and Facebook is TeddyLong.com, and Instagram is TeddyPlayerLong. That's how you can find me.